a lot of these games. Let's have a look how long we've got to wait before the game actually starts. 39 seconds. Oh, it's going to be very quick.
I think his strategy is to out-endure his opponent. I think it's been evidently on display this weekend. And obviously that manpower conservation, ultra-conservative style. But we did see a lot of aggression against Von Asten, it must be said, with those infiltration grenades. He is capable of lethality. It's just unfortunately for him, DevM didn't give him many chances to display it.
That is true, yeah. No, he showed his capabilities against Von Ivan, so I think he'll be happy with himself. But yeah, against Von Ivan, I said he showed his capabilities against Von Ivan in the third place playoffs. You know, he did well. I think it'll be
okay.
You said Von Asten with the infiltration grenades.
Against Von Asten with the infiltration grenades.
Anyway, into the game. That's it. Hello everybody, welcome to game 2 of the grand finals for Barbarossa qualification rounds. After winning his first game very convincingly, DevM is going to be playing as Soviet Union from the north side of Faymanville Approach.
He is indeed, and he's up against somebody that wants to be on the comeback trail very shortly. Talisman playing as the OKW. He's proven he has everything it takes to be a top-level competitor this weekend, knocking out Love Nest, knocking out Helping Hands to get here today. And let's see what he has, if he has what it takes to dig deep within his soul and test his testicular fortitude to find something against the Portuguese prodigy Devon.
Just watching Talisman here in the screen cover positions. I do think OKW is very good at terraforming the map at the start of the game. The green cover positions are going to be really useful, and actually this one here, actually on the retreat path, might even give a little bit of green cover to any retreating squads that happen to go there later on in the game. It's really important. DevM here is going for a scout car. He's already got Penal Battalion out, so didn't even build a conscript or anything. He really wants to rush this unit on the field straight away. Interesting to see the impact that this is going to have.
Nice from the Stern Pioneers again, taking that talisman position behind the trees there to counter whatever comes around the corner, just like he did against Von Asten. It's always good to see a little bit of ambush action. DevM's gone for the M3, as Dan already mentioned, and the combat engineers will be prioritizing the plus 11 munitions, let it be known. So they want to get that flamethrower as soon as possible so they can go hunting for Stern Pioneers before the first truck is set up.
It's an interesting one. I mean, doing this means he has next to no capping units on the field. I'm actually surprised Talisman's wasted opportunity to get this fuel on the left-hand side. Got nothing to fear, but he doesn't know that, of course. He's just waiting on the cover to see if he can pick off anything that moves around. But here we go, scout car with the engineer in it. It's got to be. He's got to see that straight away. And look at the push, yeah.
Push the algorithm, and then he swapped the algorithm, meaning this retreat path is terrible. Meanwhile, by the way, that no, he hasn't had the munitions for the flamethrower, so don't worry too much. But it might not matter. Might not matter. Focus Grenade is just about surviving there. It's only the flak emplacements that kept them from dying.
They were very lucky that the scout car was reloading at that point. Otherwise, I think the burst probably would have got those two models on low health. I don't know if Talisman made enough use of time, actually, to cap enough of the map. And also, he hasn't really defended the strategic decap outside of his base, which means any work he's done on the left-hand side is going to be instantly nullified by this push from DevM. It's a really
push in more ways than one. He's pushing the unit around, getting it out of cover, so they had to vault to get back within cover to stop DevM pushing. SNF4 flashbacks there for you older viewers, and the Focus Grenadiers have technically won that engagement, but they did get the cutoff neutralized. And that is, of course, a fuel cutoff because they don't have that strategic point to the west of the house. He's got DevM's, by the way, going back to his own base so he could get the engineer to start upgrading the flamethrower, and that Rock S3 flamethrower is now about to pop. There you go.
I really love this. Actually, Talisman's going for another Volksgrenadier, which wouldn't you go for either the Raketen or the SWS so you can actually get Fausts for the Volksgrenadiers? I'm really confused at this decision. I'm really confused at the decision. Unless he's planning to bait with mines.
Well, I was thinking that, but he hasn't planted any.
No. That's an interesting choice. Put himself on the back foot with that. Here comes the SWS. I guess that's... Yeah.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna have 5 Faust platforms eventually. And here we go. Talisman's doing that amazing strategy, Dan. He's back in base. He's conserving manpower. Invest in Talisman right now. His manpower levels are gonna go through the roof.
When we're thinking later on about like what strategies can you as a player employ to get second place in a tournament as prestigious as this, you know, let's write the guide on it. I want to see a guide on how to sit in your base and stack manpower.
You walk past two autobiographies in a bookshop. There's the How to Win Tournaments and Be Aggressive by Joe Mahines or whatever his name is. Operation Charlie Fox. I knew that something died. It's fine. Operation Charlie Fox champion, Warpaint champion, GCS runner-up, Sunday Night Fights Season 4 champion, and winner of 10 other tournaments. Are you going to buy that autobiography, or are you going to buy Stacking Manpower by Talisman, 5-time runner-up in ESL? Sorry, I know I'm circle jerking, but it's you know, trying to make a funny situation out of a desperate one, because it doesn't look too strong for Talisman so far.
No, it's weird. To be honest, I'm all too used to this happening when you get different players playing against each other in Company of Heroes, because there is actually such a mismatch of skill between playstyles, you know. And Talisman's playstyle, teching, just isn't doing anything. That scout car, just wanted to get in there. There's no care whatsoever. Drive through the building, flame everything. And hasn't got to worry about mines, because as far as I can tell, let's have a look, Talisman hasn't planted a single mine yet. No, he has not. No Raketen.
Well, he's putting he's putting the medical supplies down. He's got on the mechanized regiment headquarters. Out, he has
great
14
because he's
fuel.
on plus 13 fuel per minute and is what 5-6 minutes off of a loot.
Disregard fuel, acquire manpower.
But he's got a strategy for this. First, he has to throw away as many Volksgrenadiers as we can. We're about to see one of those go. This will increase his manpower income. Look, he's increased his manpower income per minute by 1, and now he is an extra couple of seconds close to getting the loots. This is top level gameplay at its finest, and neither you or I could come up with anything like this. We dream to build such a strategy.
Is there an anti-cheat for DevM? Somebody asked. People have been in this position against DevM before. Of course, he was #1 seed in GCS1. He got to the final in pretty good fashion. Only Viven offered a bit of a stumbling block. Other than that, it was pretty good sailing for DevM. Then Loveness came along and, quite frankly, demolished him in the GCS1 Championship final.
I can't believe it's nearly 8 minutes into the game, and the scout car is still getting surprise flame bursts. Like, this is counted in minutes normally. Do you know what I mean? It's like it takes what, maybe like 100, 200 manpower down if your opponent before its window is just gone.
Would you class this as choking?
I guess.
Yeah, because the build order decisions were shaky, let's face it.
The build order is not good. I mean, he's still committing to Volksgrenadiers right now.
I wouldn't see... I don't think Loveness would ever make this error. You know, not having the Raketenwerfer out, for example, in the perfect timing. Or, for example, I mean, I don't want to rag on Bo5. He's a great player, and I fully expect him to be somebody that's very, very possible of winning GCS2. But his AT grenade timing earlier with the 5th Volksgrenadier allowed DevM the opportunity to get in there and dominate. You can't afford to let DevM's vehicle micro win. And it almost makes me question, have people been watching the tournaments for the past 7 years? Is it just me? Am I like the true tournament watching nerd amongst us? Because it seems 6 years ago that, like, you know, DevM was rampaging around with light vehicles in the early game. Nothing's changed, but it doesn't seem like people want to countering it as. Whatever. I do want GCS2 to be as competitive as possible, and I'm sure it is going to be. But certainly, we now know that DevM has set the standard. He has absolutely set the standard. Him losing to Love Nest last year, well, getting, quite frankly, trashed by Love Nest last year, let's not beat about the bush. He's kind of awakened a sleeping, like, dragon, you know what I mean, Dan? It's like a bit, he's kind of gone hard on the training, it seems. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. And he's clearly studied the game, and I've actually seen him and how he observes the game before. I actually watched him do it a little bit against Jeslin in the Warpaint Championship years ago. When he studies something, I think he's you know, I think people need to be careful. I think people need to be really, really wary of Devon. And he's only going to get stronger as this goes on. Look at that. There's a mine already waiting for the T70 as it comes on. And that's from Talisman on the T70. You know, Talisman doesn't want to lose this. At least he's got himself covered a little bit. But he's going for a Lukes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why would you go for the Lukes when you've got 5 Vox Grenadiers on the field?
As I say, I wanna relinquish a little bit of being negative about Talisman. People always assume that because I always talk up Devon, you know, I'm this big Devon fan. It's just, to be honest, the best tournament player we've ever had, so it's difficult not to. But I want to see, I'm desperate to see people, you know, counter Devon. And I'm sure that we are going to see that. We are 6 weeks away from the next, possibly 7 weeks, no, it's 7 weeks away from the next GCS, the last GCS2 qualifying tournament. And then after that, we're a further 6 weeks away from the GCS2 finals tournament. So like a full 4 months, I think it is. June, July, August, September. Yeah, 4 months. So we're going to have 8 people qualifying for GCS2, Dan. It looks like DevM is on the warpath. Unless Talisman does something amazing, it looks like he's on the warpath. We have 4 months for people to prepare to beat the beast. Just like Love Nest did last year, it's once again a competition, Dan. And here's the measuring stick again, it seems.
T70 here and the scout car trying to get this Volks Grenadier squad down. And these retreats, by the way, have been just been incredible. The Lukes is now coming in as a T70 to contend with, but it might be able to get the scout car at least.
By the way, a big shout out to GB Hooligan this weekend, who I believe... Oh, nice one. Just let's keep an eye on this, because the Lukes is Talisman's last bastion. The T70 is keeping it at bay. However, Talisman does not go in for the kill. Sorry, Dan. A big shout out to GB Hooligan this weekend, who had an hour-long game against DevM in round 2. GB Hooligan, by the way, for those that don't know, gave up his refereeing quote-unquote career. He did a huge upset in round 1, where he beat Caesar 2-0. And then he came closest to beating DevM this weekend. Not that this series is over, by the way. There's another game after this. But he came closest in an hour-long confrontation. So it can be done. And maybe you need to PM GB Hooligan to find out what he did.
So DevM making use of the map control that he's got at the moment. Uncontested on the left-hand side. He's put a number of mines down on the VPs there. We don't have the combat support package for the Stern Pioneers, so there's a chance actually that Talisman will get caught off by the mines. And here's the Su-76 currently pushing the Lukes. That's a good mine. That's a really important mine, but the Rakettenwerfer has only just hit the field.
It's a shame. Here comes the T-70 and the M3 with the Vet 3 combat engineer in stow. The Volks Grenadiers are retreating away, and the warpath continues as the steamroller does its job.
I mean, I'm just looking at this realistically, and there is certainly a chance that these are all going to be 20-minute games if things carry on like this. Talisman's lost way too much in the early game. He's now from the back foot and isn't even winning the engagements that he is coming up against.
Righty then. Let's put us mindsets in Talisman's head. Try and think of a way out of this one, Dan. We're bound, we're gagged on a train track. There's a huge train coming towards us. We've had our arms and legs chopped off, and we're on fire. How do we get out of this pit? SU-76 with a nice shot in. Rakettenwerfer turns about face, but the penal battalion's there to possibly throw a satchel. Indeed it does. There you go. Rakettenwerfer can't get out of dodge.
No.
In time.
Nice. This is risky with the Stern Pioneer. Oh no! Scout Car picks a great moment as the Raketten's turning. He doesn't fear the Lukes at all.
SU-76 wants to take out this Rakettenwerfer now. There you go. The XT-70 did it. If that was an FPS game, I'd be very annoyed at my teammate for getting the kill, though. You know that field now.
The what?
Kill stealing. When you're certain to get the kill and then your teammate gets it instead. That's what just happened to the SU. It was like it was certain it was going to do it, and then the T-70 from 8 meters behind gets it.
You mean team play?
I don't believe in that. I'm always the top of the ladder, baby. the kind of player.
Never play with A.
No, I use my teammates to go around corners for me. I'm that kind of player. No, you go on ahead. I'm sure you'll get resurrected. It's fine.
Oh, there's no response from Talisman.
He's twitching.
Really
just saw his foot shake a bit.
He's not got that much to worry about either. He really needs to be paying more attention to this. The Puma needs to get stuck in as well. Could be using the line of sight from the hedgerow to ground attack. He's got vision from the Volksgrenadiers. There is a Faust as well. So can he make use of the combination Lukes and Puma right now? There are guards, so he does need to be careful. And again, more Volksgrenadiers go down. I think this time to the penal battalions. Talisman cannot hold up against DevM.
Done. This is your KD for this game. The Soviet player has 79 kills. The OKW player has 39 kills. For those that's counting, that's a 2.0 KD. I miss Tiny. Talisman's still got a hefty victory point counter. It's only now that we've had well and truly 3 victory points secured. What was that noise, Dan?
Sound of agreement as Tier 4 gets built by DevM, signalling close to the end. I don't know what he's going to do. I think he should just get a Katusha and just blast the base. I think that's actually what happened.
Dan, that's what you say every time. I think the Soviet player should get a Katusha. Get a Katusha.
Well, I do think the Katusha's good when you're in a position like this.
Oh,
deny that. No,
simultaneous nades from both players. Oh, and the infiltration grenades. Get the first squad wipe of the game. Match for Talisman, I think.
What is happening with this demo charge? Sorry, not demo charge. Satchel charge.
Oh, I was saying.
Yeah, he didn't retreat the squad, you see. They just kind of, the animation forced them around. Did he just lose another squad on the... Where did they die? In the base. Was he barraging? I think he was just using the SU-76 barrage.
And the guards are a 3-man guard squad, but there's the SU-76 facing exactly the right way. Could go in for the kill. DevM senses blood. It's like a shark. And you can see that tail powerfully propelling him through the water. And Talisman is a chubby child swimming in the sea.
Oh my god, Talisman just cannot do anything. Gonna lose another squad. He's just not paying attention at all. Another Volksgrenadier squad goes down. He has to make a play right now. The Puma's gonna die to the SU-76. Oh, the SU-76 does miss the first shot. He has to get around, but DevM's micro with this vehicle is really good, constantly keeping the cone of fire in front of him. Oh, one more hit.
Oh, nice grenade on the folks. The Oh, the SU-76 might get the kill on the Luke's now. Out of control. Hero, SU-76.
Well, Luke's had a good chance to go around the back as well. Talisman's going to throw in the towel. It's 2-0 in this series already. And again, another game under 20 minutes, as predicted. Moment of silence, I think, silence for Talisman.